Hey there, welcome to my podcast. I'm your host Roz, owner of Roz Chandler Fitness, and I'm so glad you're here. This is the podcast where I chat to local inspiring women, share insights and have real conversations. Whether you're tuning in for the first time or you've been with us from the beginning, get comfortable, grab your favourite drink and let's dive in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode of the podcast. Well, hello and welcome to our podcast and welcome to Carrie. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'm so chuffed that you could find the time to talk to us today. And I just wondered if we could start with you telling the listeners who you are and what you do. Over to you.
My name is Carrie Jenkinson. I'm from Chippenham, born and bred, and I'm a milliner. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it means I'm not a millionaire. I actually had.
That's a shame. Lovely. So how did you first? I mean, that's quite a profession that not many people kind of are in. I would imagine.
No.
How did you first get started?
I started by accident, really. I had a really, really good job. And like most ladies, I had my children and then it became harder for me to do my job and be a mum. And I started doing this as a bit of a hobby. And then I decided that I was going to go to the London School of Fashion and do a course, which my husband was a little bit upset about because I had quite a good job. And I gave it all up and I went and did a course and the rest of this is history really. And it took off from there.
How long ago was that you?
That was about 12 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And what was it you did before?
I was a marketing manager for Team Bath.
Oh, wow.
I looked after rugby players and all the Olympic athletes and stuff and did all their sponsorship. So
that's fantastic.
Quite a different job.
Definitely. So what was it that attracted you? I mean, obviously you said you went off to what was it that drew you to that, drew you? Sorry, my English.
Well, I love fashion. I love fashion. I've always been into fashion. It was one of my dreams when I was a child. So I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to give it a go. And luckily it's worked out for me because it's quite a tough industry to get into. I've had a lot of really good breaks and I still can't believe I get quite a lot of breaks because I do live miles away from London and a bit out of the fashion world, as it were. But yeah, it's been a journey.
Fantastic. Obviously we've got to talk about Lady Gaga.
Yes,
because
Lady Gaga.
I think I couldn't believe it when I saw that on the socials.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it either. Well, I get asked to do a lot of headwear for tour and famous people throughout the years. I'm not allowed to talk about a lot of them because I have to sign an NDA. But Lady Gaga contacted me and asked if I'd do a headwear for her jazz and piano concert in Vegas. And I sort of said, yeah, okay. I was sort of recovering at the time, so I couldn't do a lot. But I did 8 hats and she ended up wearing 5 of them throughout the tour. And so some of them are on this chair behind me, which I touch every now and again because they've been on her head. And the other 2 are in a museum in New York, in Las Vegas. So,
wow.
Yeah, so it was, but when I saw it, I thought it was a joke. I thought somebody had bound me up. It took me quite a while to realise that it was her.
That's fantastic. So, I mean, you've obviously, am I right in saying that you've kind of got a lot of hats and articles in, is it Vogue magazine?
Yes, we've been in Vogue, we've been sort of everywhere. We were in Tatler last year. I've just been invited to become part of the Ascot Collective, which is a massive honour.
Wow.
So I'm actually doing the hat now, but we're going to be opening London Fashion Week in 2 weeks. So so it's all got a bit crazy, really.
Yeah, it's fantastic, Harry. It really, really is so inspirational.
It's great. I mean,
how do you?
What's lovely about it is I get to work from home.
Yes,
so that's good.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good thing to do, isn't it? You've got, it looks like you've got a studio there.
Yeah.
already set up. Fantastic.
Yeah.
How do you approach your designs? What is it that inspires you? How do you know where to start?
Well, I've always got designs on my mind, and generally it's through watching fashion shows and seeing what's going to be in fashion, and then just generally anything. You know, I can be sort of like sat in a park and there'll be a bird, and all of a sudden I'll be like, oh God, I need those feathers. And so I do a lot of feathery stuff. So but yeah, I mean, it's you just take inspiration from lots of things around you, like the internet, TikTok. I watch a lot of TikTok. I go on Pinterest a lot. I'm just constantly reading and looking at pictures, and you take inspiration from everything.
Yeah.
Because what's fashionable in this country isn't necessarily fashionable in America. So
Right.
I kind of do quite a broad spectrum of hats because I sell hats all over the world, and so everybody wants different things.
Yeah. Oh, wow. It's so amazing. It really, really is amazing. Is there anything you do for your own downtime? Because it obviously sounds like you're super busy.
Yeah, well, not a lot actually. I've started going for massages, which is really helpful. But it's like just to give you an idea of how random my weeks are. Monday, I was sort of like nursing a bit of a hangover from my birthday, and I had an email at 10 o'clock in the morning asking me if I could make a hat for Natalie Imbruglia's birthday party this weekend.
Wow.
And so therefore I then have to drop anything that I've got planned, like housework or anything. I've just got to drop it and concentrate on that so that it can get picked up and taken to her for her birthday party. So it's kind of quite a random job that I don't really have a lot of control over. It's kind of because people will contact me on a Wednesday afternoon and they'll want hats in New York by that Saturday. And then it means that I've got to stop that I've got to kind of, so I'm really glad that I work from home because it means that I can just come upstairs and get on with it whilst being here for everyone.
Yeah.
It is very random.
Yeah.
Very random job that I've got to kind of just move with and then there's sometimes when I'm not doing anything and then it's boring.
Yeah.
Quite nice actually.
Yeah. Go and have your massages.
Yeah, go and have a massage.
Because I think it's important, isn't it? We know that we need to do something for our own health and well-being, but I know how you feel on that. Yeah. It's like sometimes when you're running your own thing, it can just be all-consuming, can't it?
It is. And I think, as we get older, it's harder for us because we're a bit worn out. I mean, I'm not, I'm 50 years old and I don't have the same energy as I had 10 years ago. And the energy I had 10 years ago, I dream of that energy. I just dream of it, but it's gone. And we do need to make time to rest and to sort of sit down and to look after ourselves because we've looked after everyone, haven't we? It's all we've done all our lives to look after everyone. And now it's time to sort of try and fit in some looking after for ourselves. But it's not always easy, is it?
No. I obviously, do you ever sort of sit back and take a moment back and think how successful you have been? Or is it just, do you suffer from imposter syndrome?
Massively, yeah. I get really embarrassed when people talk to me about, like, every time I mention a famous person, I feel a bit embarrassed. Like, oh my God, I'm name dropping again, and I have to pull myself back. And I'm like, because I don't want to sort of come across as sort of like this massive name dropping sort of, but it is wonderful. I think what amazes me the most is that I am just ultimately a mother and a housewife working in a bedroom in Chippenham and making hats for these amazing people. I have people that turn out. I had somebody that sent a jet to pick up a hat a couple of weeks ago.
Wow.
And a private car.
Wow.
And sometimes and I'm normally in my PJs and I've got a little bit of egg on my shirt or something. And I'm like, oh God, I've got to sort myself out for these people. And it's just a bit crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think I'm glad you said that because sometimes you can see other people doing really well, and it's nice to know that we're all human.
Yeah,
and
we are.
Mums, and we have all the daily stuff going on, and you have to think about when you're going to fit in your cleaning and when you're going to cook
exactly. And then my kids come in, and I'm like, "Oh, I've just made a hat for Natalie Imbruglia," and they're, "Who? Shut up! What we having for tea?" And then it's just all gone. So any kind of glamour that would have been in my life has disappeared within seconds when my children come in because they're just not impressed. They were impressed with Lady Gaga, but generally they're just not very impressed with anything. They just want to know when their tea's coming and where their pants are mostly.
Oh,
so you can be as glamorous as you like, but if you're a mum, then you're a mum.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Is it just going on to some more personal stuff? Because you've just been amazing with your career. Are there any books or anything that you've read recently, or do you have time for reading?
I listen to a lot of audiobooks. Unfortunately, I had a very bad accident, as you know, a couple of years ago. So I'm not very good at reading anymore. I used to be quite an avid reader and I used to read loads and loads of books. But now, because my brain has rebuilt itself, it's not capable of doing that just yet. So I read loads of audiobooks and I love listening to any kind of Michael J. Fox. I love him, anything from him. And I've just listened to the Christopher Reeves autobiography, which is amazing. I just find listening to other people's stories really, really inspirational, especially if you're feeling a bit rubbish. So listen to what other people have been through, because, you know, as everyone worse off.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But, you know, you did mention that you did have a nasty accident a few years ago, and I'm so pleased that you are on the road to recovery. And, you know, that must have been absolutely, I can't even imagine how you got through that time.
Well, I couldn't remember where the toilet was when I got home, or how to make tea, or how to walk or anything. I had 2 brain hemorrhages. So I've had to relearn everything again. So even making a cup of tea, even cooking, I couldn't cook. And then when I could cook, it would exhaust me so much because my brain couldn't function properly. So I've basically spent most of last year asleep. So I'm hoping that this year I'll be able to kind of get back on top of it all and start again. And we've just started going out again and being around people and doing sociable things, and it is really lovely. I'm so grateful to turn 50 and be able to put my knickers on again and make a cup of tea. Find where my toilet is.
Wow, what an inspirational person. I know you don't like the compliments, but I think you're so inspiring. I really do. It just shows that people can get through these things, and you know, just
you can. It's hard to get through it. And I think, you know, learning to sort of, like, my children had to cook for me quite a lot, and my husband had to step up, so it's changed the environment that we're in. But it's good to kind of teach them to look after everyone else. My daughter loves cooking now, so something good came out of it.
Oh, bless you. And so I've been asking all of my guests some quick, fun, rapid questions. So, coffee or tea?
Tea.
Morning person or night owl?
Neither. I don't. I go for night out. I don't know, actually. I think morning and lunchtime person. I'm a lunchtime
person. I like that. That's brilliant. And your favourite travel destination?
Oh, New York. It would have to be. Yeah, I love New York. Yeah,
lovely. Okay, well, obviously you spoke about doing your hat for Natalie Imbruglia, but have you got any other plans? What's next for you in your world of hats?
Well, I've been invited to be part of the Ascot Collective.
That's right, you said, yeah.
True honour. So it's the 10th anniversary, which means that I will then be part of their legacy, which is just great, really. And it means I get to go to lots of events, which I'm already having panic attacks about. But it will be quite good fun to be a part of that and go along to all the events. And then I also do a royal event every year called the Elephant Ball,
right?
Which is how I got started, really. It's run by King Charles now, and I do all the masks for their elephant family balls, which are attended by all the royal family and lots of celebrities. Wow. I get to do that every year, so that's fun.
That's fantastic.
Try not to fall down the stairs this year.
Harry. And where can our listeners find your work?
Well, you can follow me on Instagram, Carrie Jenkinson Millinery, or you can go to my website, carriejenkinson.co.uk, and it's all on there. And, you know, I'm happy to talk to anyone, or, you know, if anyone's got any questions or anything, or, you know, they want to come and have a look at the hats and try some things on, they're welcome to come up. The studio's open for appointments. So, yeah.
Fabulous. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, Carrie. Sorry I haven't seen you for so long.
I need to come back to Clubbercise. I miss it so dreadfully.
Yeah. I think you've had quite a lot going on.
I might fall over, though. That's the problem. I don't think I've got the coordination to do it anymore.
Bless you.
Give it a bash at some point.
Bless you, bless you. Well, you're always welcome. And thank you so much for taking time out of your busy week to talk to me and the listeners. And I just wish you all the best with your Ascot and your future plans. And I will catch up with you soon.
Definitely.
You're welcome.
See you soon.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for joining us. I really hope you enjoyed the episode. Look out for our next episode, where I will be chatting to Rachel Hopwood, a local soul wellness coach. See you soon. And as I always say, deep breath in and you're done.